Hello Total War Gamers, my name is Deacon and welcome back to our review campaign with Morathi as the Dark Elves in Warhammer II Total War. Now, if you've seen my previous episode, doing a review campaign, and I try to point out every topic that I think is interesting for discussion, I've also played through the game. So, we're gonna play this manually. I don't want to lose any of my units, and in all resolve, even attacks that favor you this much may sometimes lose you a couple of units. Now, in itself, there's no real problem in there because you can always recruit again. However, we are outside our province, and I'm just going to try to have them replenish as we capture this new settlement, without knowing what kind of recruitment buildings are in there. So here we go. They're gonna have allies, reinforcements on the map, and they're probably gonna come in wave, whilst this first guy is not really, he's just a lord, so he's not gonna really hold us back. However, there's probably gonna be, I should have taken a better look, but I think there's definitely 3 lords on the map here, and they'll be the toughest to kill. So I'll try and focus on routing the rest of the army, and then do away with them. We didn't really scout out very much. Our assassin is inside the army, and we've just gotten back here. I'm jumping right in. Maybe should have taken a little overview of the campaign map situation, but I think this is the last settlement belonging to the Bleak Holes, and I believe we have a mission to also kill them off and eliminate them as a faction. And as I said last time, to my feeling, these are like the Empire secessionists in the Empire territory in Warhammer I, if you're familiar. If you're familiar, I've pointed out last time as well. Are you playing both games? Are you going to play the Mortal Empires campaign, and once you play that, do you expect to still come back here? Because my expectation is that once I'm in the Mortal Empires campaign, that I won't return to the Vortex campaign anymore, nor to the Old War campaign. Probably going to play the Mortal Empires and nothing more. It's just that the bigger the size of maps and worlds, I've always preferred the larger options, really, unless game is such an improvement over an earlier edition than it wasn't. But if you talk about, for example, if you're familiar, Empire Total War and Napoleon Total War, the Napoleon map and tech tree were so much smaller that there wasn't really very much fun for me in that. Okay, we can't deploy any closer. So let's put our War Hydra at the front, start deployment, start the battle. And hey, they are having, okay, I'm gonna shift my harpies to the side, and the Hydra is gonna breath attack right away at the front in the Dread Spears. And the army being so, how shall we put it, so weak. Hey Morathi, can you come closer as well? Okay, now the Hydra can move back to the flank. Oh, they're actually pulling away their archers, which is kind of fun. Or not all of them, or that's their lord basically. So, yes. And I'm gonna charge the archers with the Hydra. Now our dark shards are in range, and they're just gonna tear down the rest of the enemy army. Let's also bring in our assassin. Morathi is still here. She's just standing there like, what are you guys bitching about? But I'm gonna pull her back eventually. However, she just charged in this guy as well. Alright. How's our Hydra doing? He's just slaughtering these dark shards. They're now in melee, so I'm going to also bring in the harpies, and Morathi is now in melee. Let's put another spell on the Dread Spears and expect him to fully rout, really. So War Hydra, kill off these the rest of the Now this can go away. We have another breath attack, but we have only 3 and there's still an army coming, isn't there? There's 2 armies still coming. I'm just gonna again charge them in and use our hero to attack their Dreadlord. The Harpies are now also being engaged by the Dreadlord, so I'm not gonna be bothered really. He is attacking our boom. Oh, can't do that. No. Can I can't target their lord with my spell. Alright, okay. Now, I'm not gonna melee him. I mean, that's... Oh, wait. No. The Harpies are gonna deal with the rest of the archers. We might as well empty some of our missiles on their lord. Put in... He's okay. And reserve the breath spell for more of the other armies that are coming on. That's the thing, if this would have been a single army, it would have already routed off the map probably, but they're staying on, also because their lord is still alive, but he might have given up under different circumstances. Now he's shattered, and since this is the garrison lord, he's not going to be able to pull away from the game, from the match. So time to draw everyone back. I'm just going to line up anew here, in also the dread spears. I'm going to create another line, and we'll skirmish with... Oh yeah, they are on skirmish by default. So Harpies, come back. No need to... I'm clicking once. Why are you speeding? Oh. They've come back from routing. Wow. I guess I must commend them for that. They do keep coming back from routing, so I don't know how we should judge that. I don't think it's funny, because now they're eating away half my health. I was thinking that just keeping the pressure on would actually be enough. And okay, now I've had enough of this. I'm gonna bring in the spares, sit my archers in behind, and just get it over with. There you go. Huh? I don't understand. Field Marshal. Alright. And battle. I was still expecting a lot of reinforcements, but... That was it? That was all? I guess... Okay, now we've gained some loot. Well, very nice. We have some XP. We didn't rank up. And of course we are going to
what's theirs is mine.
Occupy this, because I think we'll have to run back to crush a rebellion near our capital soon. So let's just occupy this and not plague ourselves. And now we have a province secured. Mission successful. Hecate scrolls. More Hecate scrolls. Oh, they've destroyed now, and now we're going to issue a command and reap more rewards. Even we have a new follower, enemy killed in battle. Also very nice. Actually, I thought we didn't rank. Now we've picked up some more abilities, but not a spell yet. So which to take? Doom and Darkness. It affects the enemy and it decreases their leadership, so it's going to make them rout. I like that. So now we are sitting here replenishing, and I thought we were in a different province, but no, this is the last to complete our province. And the bleak guys are now destroyed, so now I want to know what is in the next. He can't move either. And we don't even have a full stack, but we are losing revenue faster than anticipated, and I can't even construct anything either. Crappity crap. Perform right? No. I'll save my rights for when there's really a need for them. We are going for the Black Ark. It's gonna cost 500 slaves, and we need the slave pen built. Now, how's our slave economy? Iron Peaks is requesting additional slaves. Rest of them, maybe I should put the Moon Shard on hold, and Iron Spike as well. I'm afraid this is managing the entire province, so the province receives slaves and not the individual settlements, so I can't really increase growth of this particular population. I think population has always been a province feature, so that's no real surprise. Anyway, is there any diplomacy that we can do, like confederating with us? Haha. No, it's I think we have a mission to do. Trade with Sildrator. I need to probably trade with them. This climate. The green suitable climate, and this is orange is unpleasant, which I don't really need right now. This one would be suitable, but it's like quite some distance away, and I don't know what else is there. But I was gonna go this way, along our own coastline, and I want our agent to check out the area, but we'll have to issue a command first. Let's see, what do we have? Growth, yes please. Tax rate, public order, no. Growth, public order issue we already have anyway. We're gonna have a rebellion, and we're gonna level Morathi once we get it. So that's gonna happen anyway. And I'm still curious if diplomacy is going to affect our campaign at all, really. With the Malekith campaign, I wouldn't have expected it much, because I think he's more like a badass conqueror. Vol's Anvil, oh, it's over here. That's probably going to help us with generating Vortex Campaign currency. Mission issued, yes. Have 350 scrolls at the start of a turn. That's gonna award us 200 treasury, and I bet the next thing is that she tells us to execute the ritual. And there's nothing else really to spend the scrolls on. The only thing is that it is probably gonna trigger some setbacks on the campaign. That I know that we'll have to prepare and execute the rituals once we're ready for it, in terms of where we stand in the campaign. Okay, now.
Is it time?
No, it's not. Haven't you noticed?
Do not vex us further.
No, I won't. No worries. So, on to recruit the slave pen. And I'm getting the feeling that Morathi is more like a slow expansion build. We're not really in a position to go about and slash everywhere because we are meant to have public order problems. More like build connected rather than difficulty setting connection. Yes, Iron Peaks is gonna rebel next turn, and
The first sorceress.
we are going Iron Peaks, so it's gonna be close to home. So let's just walk over there and
I have command.
defeat the rebellion on the next turn or the turn after. We have money, but it's decreasing. However, we've been doing stuff, winning stuff consistently, and that also rewards us. Upgrade 1, Black Arc Growth plus 3. What does that do? What is the Black Arc Growth in terms of campaign game? I have to see. It doesn't really seem to affect us for now. We don't have any black arcs. I'll have to figure that one out. Now, speed for dread spares, dark shards, bleak swords. Most of the time we're standing still. We're not really the faction that's pushing in like I am with I would like this for the Skaven and the Lizardmen, but right now I'm not so interested. Unit experience for dread spares, dark shards. Yes, that's interesting. +2. Ascension through battle. Leadership. I've yet to see them route, so I'd probably prefer experience, and I think experience also improves leadership, but don't I'm not 100% sure though. It is in other Total War games, but this I've never reviewed. Upkeep production for Black Arc courses, which we don't have, and sacking settlements. Most of the times I'm gonna occupy and expand, at least for a while, until we extend our borders to the point where we can no longer defend them. This is also for later. Black Arc courses, Shades and Dark Riders, because I'm not recruiting them. Harpies, I have only 1 unit of them, and I'm only ever gonna have like 2 of them in my armies at most. Growth in all provinces. Now there is something that is going to make a difference as well. So I'm gonna first get the growth and then the unit experience, I think. Let's see what this is. Casualties captured +15. Public order. Now we're gonna accept that we have public order problems for now, but can do with growth to get more tiers in our main province, more income buildings, and support more of an army, because right now we can't even support a full stack. So I think that does make the most sense. In terms of rights, if this would have been a growth stimulating right, I would have done it. But right now there's just nothing really. Dark Conduit. I think we can win without Dark Conduit as well. So I don't really see why I would ever want to waste slaves on this. If you see the use for it, please let me know and convince me otherwise, because right now I can't really make anything out. Alright, so the rebellion is going to come, we're going to complete this, we've issued that, and first things first, I don't think we have any business in terms of diplomacy. at least for a while. Now, the bunch of peace negotiator Nagarond, which is our son basically, I guess.
Bow to the crooky queen.
Settlement besieged. Oh, he's right away besieging. Now that is costing us money, so there you go. This time I am going into Or Resolve.
To the vengeful slaughter.
Yay.
Observe me.
And
Observe.
take slaves. Yes, more car. Now this should complete. I thought it was going to complete this turn. Oh, of course it's been siege, so it didn't progress. So,
Fear the dark.
oh, I should have maybe let that army sit here for another turn or so.
Hacked
Anyway,
sorceress.
Sabioth, please give me a name suggestion for him. Is gonna explore
First sorceress.
whatever is here. Morathi is gonna come over here as well. Oh, we have dark.
Arrows find you.
Okay, what do they want? Nothing. I didn't even want to have diplomacy opened with them. But we need to go conquer that, so let's explore it first. And meanwhile,
Valerian's bride.
we're not at war with them yet, but they are gonna declare war on us soon enough, at least that's what I suppose. I'm gonna go for 2 more dark shards and let's see how the bleak swords perform. I'm not entirely convinced, and maybe it doesn't suit my playstyle, but we have to see. We're gonna have another rebellion soon enough, and I think if it increases at least to a single turn more, then once you put it down, it's gonna be also putting back the public order problem to a larger extent. But anyway, we did something. Oh, the Dark Tower has now completed, and now we should be able to construct the slave pen. Oh, oops. Come back here. What's this? Slave gate? No. Slave pen? Slave pens. Oh. We couldn't do it before because we didn't have a construction slot. Now this is tier 3, and what does it give us? Reaper bolt thrower? Yes please. Black Arc horses, don't care about much. With handbows. The thing is, these units are all going to be very expensive, but the Reaper bolt thrower I'd like to have. So let's... However, we also need income, like 150. This is going to give us income, and this is going to give us growth. Right now I need growth more than income because we have money, and I'm gonna up that one first so we can have more things. Now most of our money is spent, so we do need income. Anyway, are we recruiting? Maybe we should have a moment ago. But oh, we did, but it's already been completed. So 2 more. No. Yeah, 2 more bleak swords. And we're gonna not.
Hag sorceress of bronze.
Why doesn't it show your movement points? Can I move you? No, I can't move you because you're recruiting. So move this way. Hag Hall. Are we crossing through their territory if we move in here? Anyway, let's see what's over here. Falls Anvil. So this is what we need to conquer, but this is a faction that likes us quite a bit,
Vicious warrior.
which are a lot stronger than we are.
The Black Court will hear you now.
They're friendly towards us. If they confederate with us, we comply with the mission. Thing is, I have this tendency to want to expand along the line of missions. If you look at my
Ride, Solifet.
do we have non-aggression with them? Let's see, because if I declare war on them,
Command me.
we have but confederating, I think, is just gonna take forever. Anyway, maybe we can help them to rebel. I don't know. Have the rebels take over, but I doubt it. We're probably just gonna have to kill our diplomatic standing with everyone and conquer them. And I don't see the diplomacy game happening for Morathi. If you disagree, let me know. It's just right now I can't see how. Another thing is, like I said, if you want to understand truly what I mean, take a look at any of the first episodes of any of my Third Age Total War campaigns, and you'll understand. Because that's what I play, where I explain how I like to play my campaigns, with what type of, I call them my, yeah, they're kind of roleplay house rules that I have. And it affects my thinking, my objectives, and it kind of comes over to Warhammer as well. I'm not a true and heavy role player, however I do like it when our faction gameplay is kind of in character.
What do I owe this displeasure?
They're strength rank 10, but they are also across the coast. I want to go at war with them and take this from them, because they are on our shores, they are high elves, they have nothing to really do here. And it's Bleakhold Fortress, which is like a provincial capital that is not yet developed, but I really want to have it. However, there is another settlement close by that if I'm conquering this, they have a garrison of 8 and an army of 16, so this is 24 units with 2 chariots, 2 reavers, 2 London Sea Guards that are quite, how do you say, resilient. So I have no idea yet how to ambush success chance 45%. So basically I need ambushes.
Fly, hatred. Into the shadows.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take a little risk here, and
Can I offer assistance? Though I hate you with every fiber of my being, I will hear you.
yep, just declare war on them, hopefully ambush them. I have no idea. There's another settlement that they own. It might be actually, where could it be? Could be maybe this island, or there's another one over here, I don't know. So I guess we'll find out next turn if we move our assassin a little further down south. But this is, I can't, yeah, this is yet to be discovered. It's probably going to be over there. 4 provinces. This is the Black Coast. It's a big province and I want it, and I'll go to war with everyone.
We are displeased.
Well, I don't care. Look at the increase of army upkeep. Just another lord. I think it's In my Gwilling campaign, if you go over my channel, have a look. I've applied a mod that disables that maintenance increase. I think it's very silly and stupid. And for all I care, they could do away with that entirely.
My son will
Because I think for the it would apply to the
I am the first sorceress.
to our own faction as much as anyone else's.
For Cain,
So if we are we're gonna face a rebellion there. Oh, should have moved that agent. So if we don't get the extra upkeep, then same should be true for the artificial intelligence. So where's the rebellion? There you are. Let's see what happens if we let it grow for one turn more. And now we've unlocked the next rights. I can't perform any. You have insufficient slaves for this one and for that one. I thought we were quite on our way with slaves. Did we lose some? No idea. Anyway, I'll have to see what if we can let the army grow for a single turn. Then perhaps it also reaps more slave in terms of reward.
power. I am revenge.
So think. Now, Sabioth. You can cross into here. See, there's the latest settlement. But that's ungarrisoned, so their army's over here. Let this grow for one turn, kill them, see if we get enough slaves to get our first Black Ark. Sorcerer's Abode is gonna help us with heroes. They are raiding us, they are not sieging us, okay. Revel in Suffering, so now is the XP for the Red Spares. Sabioth has done his work, can come back now. Keep an eye on the bleak old fortress with the High Elves over there, see if they move out. If so, then we should have easy pickings. We're about to go negative in income,
First sorceress.
and that is annoying. Alright, so now we're gonna go in here
To arms, Druki.
to arms. They have a chariot and the Hell Cannon, so the Hell Cannon's gonna be the work cut out for our Harpies, Trolls and Chaos Spawn. So
For the Witch King.
I think they are probably going to hurt us more than the Resolve wants to tell us. But we're going to fight them anyway. Now our Hydra is already leveled up to the max, which I think is kind of a waste. because any XP that he reaps now is not going to really benefit him in terms of campaign gameplay. So we're going to try and rank a few of our other units a bit more and hopefully capture a lot of slaves. And if not, then we'll just have to go for the High Elves and enslave them. Now, thus far, our battles haven't been really challenging. I think the Hydra is a very strong monster that, if put to good use, which I haven't really, I've just been charging him around, not supporting him at all, and he's just been killing everything. And this is at very hard battle difficulty, and my Dread Spears have just barreled basically, and the Dark Shards have just been, well, like more like machine guns. So they're gunning everything down, and the rest of the battle is pretty static. Morathi's throwing a couple of spells around. I don't feel like she's really changing the game, but maybe because I'm not doing it right. But I think that the Dark Shards are basically, and you can't really tell in terms of XP, but they're basically winning the game for us. And I'd like to know why the load times towards battles and back to campaign, sometimes they're extremely long and at other times exceptionally fast. The first thing that pops up in my mind is install another CPU. Now about the storytelling element or the RPG kind of mission-driven campaign, I have to say, with my, and even while I like I said, my own roleplay house rules for my campaign, I feel like with these missions I'm just clicking them away, just looking at the rewards basically. That's it. I don't read through them, and perhaps I should. And now if they would have been voice acted mission giving scenes like in Star Wars The Old Republic, then I'd probably pick up on the storyline. But a text mission with a reward is just gonna make me click through it, and then, well, the fact that a mission is out there does make me want to complete it, but yeah, I really have to focus to pick up any storyline elements that are in there, basically hidden. Now, bleak swords. Someone tell me how to put bleak swords to good use, because as you've seen so far, I'm just like spare walling around, using my archers, and that's about it. So let's start the battle. Okay, let's see what happens if we put in, they're gonna go up the hill. Can't blame them. Let's see what happens if we advance our Hydra. I'm gonna put my spares in support. Ew. These guys need to advance a lot more. They're in skirmish mode. Oh wow. So that's the hell cannon that's blasting away at my harpies. All good, but I'm not gonna let them sit there, do damage to my units. Now they're not gonna come towards us, at least not anytime soon, so we're just gonna run in with the archers, with the red spears and the bleak swords, and eventually the Chaos Warhounds are gonna come towards us. And wow, one hit with the Hell Cannon and basically we're done. Okay, so hit the Chaos Spawn. Now they're all being charged by... Okay, maybe we should just speed things down a little, right? Harpies are now going for the
Revenge comes.
Doom and Darkness leadership over there.
At my command.
And what was I saying about leadership? I haven't seen them rout yet. Well, welcome to the new Dark Elves routing left and right. Okay. Boom, you face them. Now, stuff is being routed here in all directions. No. Let's put the... Oh, here. Can I... No, I'm gonna put my... No, they're gonna keep on the trolls. All of you. Now my bleak swords, they seem to have much better morale compared to all the rest of them. Dark shards. Oh, you've returned from routing. So chaos trolls are now routing. Let's put our arrows on the Lord. These spans can go this way. Morathi can debuff them. And then damage them.
At my command.
And I want him in the rear of the... And use your breath ability on them. Boom. Now let's go this way. Oh, they're now routing. Everything is... Oh, this way then. So, the Chaos Lord still out there, unharmed, untouched. And she has to run over a little bit. Bleak swords. Alright. Okay, just charge into the rear of those Chaos Warriors with halberds. Not the best target, but we're in their rear. So, perhaps it'll change their thoughts. So now they're routing and victory is ours. It did come at quite the cost, however. The Hell Cannon is still resisting our Harpies, but now they're done. And we're gonna end this battle here. Probably fight them again. Hope so. Would mean more slaves for us. Hell Cannon is done for though, and so are the Chaos Spawn. The Trolls did manage to survive. But for now, we're calling it quits for today. So this concludes our episode, the second one in this series, that we're reviewing the gameplay of the Dark Elves with Morathi. And is it worth playing it to you? That's the question I'd like to ask. And well, do point out in the comment if you're still unconvinced. What do you need to actually be convinced? Reviewing my Bleak Swords performance here, they've only managed to kill 2. And my Dread Spears have been quite a lot more effective. However, it may have something to do with the kind of units that I sent them to chase after. But if you are liking this campaign, do leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed the effort that I put into it. Also, if you want to follow through throughout the campaign, see the updates when the next edition launches, the next episode comes out. I'll be in the hospital tomorrow evening, and I'm gonna be operated on Monday, which is the next day, and then stay there for like 5 days or so. So it'll be... I'm gonna do some recordings tomorrow, and then I will have like a 5-day break. Probably resume recordings on the 6th day or so. But I'm just gonna check what happens once we return on the campaign map with the post-battle reviews. So I'm gonna face a quite heavy operation. They're gonna operate for 5 hours on my upper right leg. and I've had a similar operation 6 months ago, and they kind of failed. So the leg was broken, and scan actually pointed out a couple of weeks ago that my leg was still broken after half a year of therapy and so on and so on. So they actually misjudged the X-ray pictures that they took, and they thought it was all okay. They instructed me to just walk without any support measures, but it just kept moving about inside my leg and it kept hurting. So when they were finally convinced to do a scan, it pointed out that a lot was wrong. And then I've since switched hospitals and switched doctors, who've basically told me I should issue a claim and sue the hospital, and I'm probably going to win that as well. It's just going to take a couple of years and reap me an unknown amount of money. I'm going to be in recovery for 6, but most likely 9 months from now. And it'll allow me to do more recordings, and once I'm fully recovered, I'm moving to a new job. Yeah, which I've basically already done a job interview for. It's not said which position I'm going to have in the organization, but they're going to have a spot for me. That's basically what I was told. So by the director of the whole thing himself. So we had a dinner, and 74 slaves, not enough for...
I am victorious.
Oh, here they are. So we've got slaves now, and we'll fight them again on the next turn. Anyway, I'm gonna need some time to recover after the operation, and well, I do hope you'll support me. Do subscribe, so you won't forget me. It's gonna take some time for me to exit the hospital and resume recording. Of course, you're being fed loads of suggestions in your timeline, your feed, and I'd like to be in there, and I hope to see you again soon.